Hello everyone, this is Mansi from Studypedia. Today we are going to study fractions. Topics to be covered are introduction to fraction and types of fraction in detail. So let's start with what is fraction. Fractions are part of a whole. We'll understand this definition by the help of this illustration. You can see here there are four equal parts divided. If I take one part, what does that mean? It actually means that you are taking one part out of the whole. Right. So actually fraction is when you express this definition into mathematical form, that will be regarded as your fraction. So how I'll write it? It will be 1 upon 4. In the next slide, we're going to see how to express the fractions. We learn how to express the number in the form of fraction. We have studied कि fractions होता क्या है, but लेकिन अगर हमें fractions लिखना है तो वो कैसे हम लिखेंगे? For example, taking the earlier example only, अगर मैंने इसमें से एक पीस लिया है मतलब कि 1 out of कितने में से लिया 4 में से and to express this there is a term called numerator upon denominator. न्यूमरेटर वो पार्ट होता है जितना यू हैव टेकन या जितना शेडेड रीजन है. कहीं यू विल फाइंड क्वेश्चंस यहाँ पे शेडेड रीजन होगा एंड यू हैव टू टेल द फ्रैक्शन ऑफ द शेडेड रीजन. तो न्यूमरेटर उसके अंदर शेडेड रीजन का पार्ट होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज अ शेडेड रीजन एंड डिनोमिनेटर विल बी आउट ऑफ टोटल कि टोटल कितना आपने लिया है. So either the total is 4 and the fraction, the part which I have taken is 1 and your fraction will be 1 upon 4. Next topic is types of fractions. So types of fractions are like fractions, unlike fractions, improper fractions, proper fractions, mixed fraction, unit fraction, equivalent fractions. We are going to cover all these types of fraction in detail in the upcoming slides. First one is like fractions. Like fractions are basically set of fractions which has same denominator, right? So ऐसे fractions जिनका denominator same होता है जैसे कि 4 upon 2, 3 upon 2, 9 upon 2, 6 upon 2. And if I say this is a set of fraction where the denominator is 2, where the denominator is same for all the fractions. So this set of fraction will be your like fractions. If I talk about unlike fractions, they're vice versa of like fractions. Basically, they don't have the same denominator. For example, 4 upon 2, 3 upon 1, 9 upon 6. So these three fractions are like this set of fraction is unlike fractions. If I talk about improper fractions, you'll come across the fractions in which you'll find the numerator is either greater or equal to denominator, right? So jinka numerator is greater than denominator, they are known as improper fraction. For example, 5 upon 2, or even the numerator is equal to denominator, then also they'll be called as improper fraction. For example, 5 upon 5. Now comes the proper fraction. Proper fraction is again very simple. It's a vice versa of improper fraction. Here you will see that the numerator is less than denominator. Here you will see that the numerator is less than denominator, like 3 upon 7. Here you can see the numerator is 3 and the denominator is 7, which is smaller than 7. Now we'll see the very important type of fraction, that is mixed fractions. If we want to understand mixed fractions, it is very important that we are familiar to two terms, that is whole number and fraction. We already know what the fractions are. Now we look to whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers which starts from 0 and they'll end at infinity. The number can be 1, number can be 20, number can be 10, and so on. Right? So mixed fractions are the fractions which contain whole number and a fraction. So to understand it better, we'll see one example. If I wanted to write the fraction of the shaded region in this figure, for a figure, it will be 4 upon 4, right? For this figure, it will be again 4 upon 4. And for this figure, it will be 2 upon 4. Now, if I talk about this, we'll be learning in later video that how to, simplify fractions. But now can you see that it's a complete one figure shaded? I can write it as 1. Then again, this is also 1. And when I'm going to add, it comes out to be 2, which is a whole number, and a fraction that will be 2 upon 4. We express the mixed fraction in this form. Whole number, numerator, and denominator. Unit fractions are very simple. These fractions just contain 1 in their numerator, like 1 upon 1, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, and so on. Basically, they have a numerator as 1 and Equivalent fractions will be covered in the next video because it's quite lengthy topic, and I'll be covering one video for equivalent fractions. Thank you. Happy learning, and I hope you like my video.